we are going to go into great depth about investing in Ripple. That is correct. Gloves are no longer worn by people. They are coming at full speed. They are coming in full force and showing a lot of intelligence. He says something very important in this section. I've taken care of you. Gary Gensler, while I waited to see this picture, I was criticized heavily on Bloomberg. Without further ado, let's take a look at a plan in the US Senate that could help a Ripple blockchain-based currency. We should start with this. In theory, Bitcoin's price of $67,898 has dropped 1.37% in the last day. I'll be there. There was a 4% rise with the marketplace AT.6 right now. The main price of XRP is $0.52, which is down 3% in the last day. Both USDT and USDC are also getting close to their $0.99 pegs. The value of all cryptocurrencies on the market is $2 billion or $336 million. Given that this is definitely good information, I'll just give you a quick rundown right here. With the total markups for cryptocurrencies where they are now, we made progress. Recount is where we are at the moment. Is it time to take the test again? This means that the trend is likely to keep going up. You know that we've hit $2.5 trillion. You still need to remember them. This amount might not be enough to push Bitcoin over $74,000. It's important to remember that even though Bitcoin is looking at a final drop, it's still a chance that won't be ruled out until it hits $74,000. This is something you should always know about me. I'm pretty honest and open. I haven't made any money yet, but if the markets don't go down again, everyone may be in a different situation. The cash I have just stays out of the picture. It's not going to come back to the Bitcoin markets. If the price of cryptocurrencies goes down, I will use that money to invest in them. How come I can do that? I had been shopping since 2017. What does it mean that I am in a really good place right now? Because I am moving. That is the right way to do it. Please keep in mind that we have more than $5 billion in Bitcoin and other options that are about to expire today. Because of this, the markets could also become very risky. At that point, we talked about that last Bitcoin drop. People, I don't want you to be shaken from what you have now. So I want you to know for sure before we see this part go on this full tear like it's supposed to. And I want you to be worried because you saw that the bull run was over and that the bull cycle may have finished. Remember that everything is part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Businesses are putting goods on the Bitcoin markets and as a main message are trying to get the best goods at the lowest prices. In fact, R3 wants to sell its business. R3's big XRP back was wasted on something that didn't do anything. Everyone became very happy. Anyone was being used to hype and pump up XTC. Remember that I don't have any XTC. I've never been interested in it. They want to move and start building on top of XTC, according to R3. From what R3 said, nothing new has come out. They say that the market for virtual goods and cryptocurrencies is growing a lot more slowly than they thought it would. On top of that, they said there are no companies or partnerships. There is no moving, no assimilating, and no shape. I think that a stall different amounts of money from XTC and a promise to build out on it now that they are trying to market their business. Because of this, they left XRP because, as you may remember, they brought a case against XTC, but haven't done anything yet and are now trying to get out. Interesting, huh? I have a soft spot for Paul Barry. Bloomberg, the British broom, did not post this. They turned their attention to Gary Gensler. You must have seen this clip before. You should watch it if not now. When we talk about secrets, former President Trump just told you that he would fire you. On the stop, you won't be surprised. Hi, Caroline, I work well. Your time frame ends in June 2026. Will it last until then? You can go ahead and ask your next question. A lot of people think they won't be mean. What's the point of having more news shows like this in the US? Look this up. It's anger. You can tell everything you need to know about someone just by looking at their face. Gary wasn't happy. His start of the interview should make you very angry. You know that your time ends on June 26th, she says. Since many people don't live that long, are you sure you'll make it? He tells you that you can go straight to the next question. He is not interested in getting involved with it. If the US wants to make its own rules for safe coins in the US, this is how it does it. Senator Bill Hagerty has brought up a new bill in Congress. Ripple RLUSD is ready, and it's even more than ready because it works with the XRP system and its native token is XRP. which is not a safety. Ripple is ready to make this happen. They are just waiting for rules or an answer that might let them in. Reading is important, which is why it's funny. UTL and USDC, but we know of no other safe coins. Ripple is something you know about, and you know how it can follow the rules. As I already said, this steady coin is covered by the draft law. I think it will happen in the next 12 months. After that, I got a text from a former Ripple employee who thinks the strong coin might want to come out next month. But this leads back to the beginning of the story, which is what you and I talked about. As you think about it, Vladimir Putin and the BRICS countries are trying to get around the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. This will make us a better choice as a backup foreign currency. It will bring in more money for both us and the US Treasury. The safe currencies will also make more people want to do business with the US Bosbu. No limits on fucks. The United States needs to have the right set of rules and be in the right place. Legal clarity is important. In every way possible, the Biden and Harris governments have broken that kind of legal fact. This will put us back. In charge of keeping the dollar's image as a reserve currency, which it has had and should continue to enjoy. It will also start to weaken the political fight against cryptocurrencies. Yes, and do you believe that the current head of the Securities and Exchange Commission could pass this kind of law? Does that mean something else? Since there is a new head of the SEC, most people think that this bill will pass, preparing the agency for new leadership. Ken Nugent shared this and tagged Sean McBride after saying that stablecoin laws were about to change. Hey there, Sean, when I worked at.